John turned it off again. Again, that's 2 days in a row he's done that. 2 days in a row. Well, while we're waiting for everyone to come back in, how are you guys doing? Got a nice regular smile? Just a normal, not a credit card induced, insane, violent smile? Yo,
how's that? Is that better audio?
Oh, much better. Much better.
Good. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong place. Let me try this.
Do not turn it off again.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna leave and be right back.
Okay.
It's first. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, we're still here. Nice. What's up, team? Yo, we're back. I sent the link to Greg. It's all good. Yeah, Kimmers, exactly. John pressed something he shouldn't have. It's usually the cause.
It's always the cause.
It's always the cause.
That's right. It's always Cosby's
Did you
fault.
change your hat?
No, I moved to a different part of the house, so I'm literally next to the Wi-Fi.
Was your hat blue the whole time?
No, it was. I don't know. It may have been gray. There's a hat, two different hats, and two.
So you did change your hat.
I don't know. I just put a hat on.
There were more pressing matters, Ashley. But yeah, I think he did change his hat.
He definitely changed his hat.
Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. Actually, I think the bigger question is, why aren't you wearing a hat?
Yeah, get your shit together.
Because I have my hair done in milkmaid braids.
Oh, very nice.
Fuck you.
I'll never forget that Michael Strani joke that made me laugh so hard. And in my the lady play the milk, and then it's just a woman milking a cow into a bowl, and it vaguely makes a rhythmic noise. Kills me every goddamn time.
I feel like I've seen that, even though I don't think I have. I think I've seen that skit.
Man. I don't know. Michael Strani is a very silly young man. He makes me laugh.
Is that the name of the character or the guy's actual name? I can't remember which one is which.
Oh Jesus, I can't remember now.
Neither can
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I think Michael Strani's his real name. But Baldy will know. Baldy knows everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's weird.
So, Greg.
Yo.
You're moving to England, even though I specifically told you not to.
Yeah, yeah.
Specifically.
A couple times, very explicitly.
Why pandemic?
It's over, right? With how people are treating it in the UK, I believe. Government officials, not people. I don't know. It was just a job opportunity, and it was kind of like, might as well do the day job opportunity thing and like just go. I have nothing keeping me in Canada, in Toronto, as of right now. So it's like, yeah, let's go live somewhere else for 5 years.
Nice.
Why 5 years? What is this job you've signed up for? It sounds very dangerous.
It's a 5-year. It starts in September and it's 5 years straight of work. Like no sleep. No, that's just like the visa. Is 5 years.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it could be Scottish too. So like maybe I become a Scottish citizen and not a UK citizen if they separate. I don't know.
A couple of things you need to know is right now, and you're also a part of the United Kingdom right away. Don't believe what all the Scottish. I know, and by the way, Baldy's about to light up my life. But sometimes the Scottish really lean on the we're totally different. And it's like, what color's your fucking passport? McGregor? And then they get very angry about that because it's actually a Russian man named McGregor Petrovsky, and he says Russian, and then I lose the argument.
Yeah. It is the same passport. It's the exact same passport.
So you excited? Are you looking forward to it? Are you that dumb? Is it possible that you're that stupid that you're excited about moving to England? So I just left, so I'm feeling extra negative about the place. Don't take anything that I say seriously.
Yeah. I mean, Toronto's been like more depressive with like COVID lockdown and like living in it longer than living in Toronto. And then I was just very sick of Ottawa and everything. And so it just feels like Canada is just like, I don't care about it, Canada. So I want to get a change.
I get that.
Yeah.
That's fair. You're moving into the right house for it.
That's true. That house is settled a many a wayward Canadian. It's well situated, very cheap, nice neighborhood. Well, close to the tube. Oh, by the way, speaking of Canada, I know you're all wondering what's John's new reason for hating Justin Trudeau. announced today they will soon be implementing their plan to evacuate Afghanis from Afghanistan to help the Canadian Armed Forces. Just want to quickly point out, all of on the ground, Justin Trudeau has just been working on a proposal. It's official. I fucking hate that smiley-faced fuck so fucking... what's the plan? Land it in Kabul, be like, women first, everyone else afterwards, and then head on over to Canada and just drop them wherever. It's a big country.
The plan is going to be taking doctors and scientists to create whatever Justin Trudeau wants, and not taking people that won't help him eventually.
Yeah. Just
that'll be.
So we're gonna get a NASA.
Yeah,
we're gonna get like you know how the U.S. did that with Nazis in like the 40s. Same thing, but Canada with Afghanis.
Yeah, and like less morally suspect, because these are just cool people who are super smart, you know?
They used to be Taliban, and then they also helped Canadian forces. Who knows?
Nah, these guys.
What I hope is they don't check the credentials. They just take people with doctorates, so it just ends up being a bunch of Persian poetry, and they're like, build us a rocket booster, and they were like, I've composed you a sonnet to describe how I feel about fire. Damn it!
I want to be angry, but it's so beautiful.
Exactly.
Just crying.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about something called Operation Paperclip. Do you know what this is, Ashley? Have you heard of this?
No.
So it's a real thing, which was during the fall of the Third Reich. The Americans and the Russians ran around Berlin, scooping up all of the scientists.
Right.
You science?
I know of this. I didn't know it was called Operation Paperclip.
Yeah, and so like basically, not NASA was just all Nazis. It was just at the top. It was all Nazis because Hitler was obsessed with getting to space. But you know, one of the reasons the Nazis never were able to launch into space, they had the booster technology. They were the ones who figured that out. But Hitler was obsessed with it being a circle for some reason, and that was really slowing down drag on the rockets. And so they were like, no, it needs to look like a plane, your Fuhrer. And he was like, no, like that was one of the big problems with the Nazis. Is he was a listen, guys, I hope you're all sitting down. The Nazis had structural issues. Yeah. One of which evidently was Hitler was a bit of a micromanager. And if he hadn't been, maybe things would have gone differently. And please don't clip that. I come
across. Making a note of the timestamp.
Yeah. 7:41.
There is a reason why Rocket City, USA is right in Huntsville, Alabama, where they threw all these Nazi scientists to.
Why they throw them in Huntsville, Alabama? There's people down there that you'll think are extreme.
Well, or like there's not people you won't like that around them, right? Yeah.
Now you're gonna
imagine dropping him in New York and being like, "Fucking deal with it."
Oh my god,
you all live in Harlem now.
That would have been
good luck.
What were like? Here's the weird thing: is I wonder if there's other conflicts where they'd gotten other things like from the Troubles. They like the Americans went in and got the mural artists out of the IRA. Like they're like, which one of you did the mural at the corner of First and Houston in Belfast? I don't know why. It's it was beautiful. I need one like that for my garden. Get in the plane. And then the rest of them there's a bunch of Irish rocket scientists. And they're like, we can help with NASA. And they're like, we're only here for the.
You know that they must be trying to recruit Russian hackers because most of them seem to be nihilists. Everyone that they interview is just like, I don't care. This is very funny. Yeah. And so it's like, you know that every country is trying to just like scrabble these little guys up. Apparently I found this out recently. The home of all that, where they send like, they have an expo for ransomware that governments go around and buy. And it's in Argentina. Apparently, Argentina is the home of ransomware, and so that's where all these hackers will set everything up. They go on stage and they go, "Look, I hacked NASA." And if you think that's good, imagine what I'm not showing you right now. And then, like members of the American government and the Canadian government, the Irish government, and all these governments just show up and they just try to buy their way into these hackers.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. Argentina seems for that. Like Argentina, in my head, is always like it's where the Nazis that weren't scientists escaped to.
Yeah.
And all I know is that their football stadiums have to be divided by barbed wire fence because every football match is a riot. Like every football match is there. It's like the hooligan squads have been infiltrated by organized crime, and they go for it. Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Ashley, have you?
Sorry.
I was going to say, Ashley, have you ever seen War Games?
No.
I'll give you the plot really quick. So Matthew Broderick stays home from school, and then Cameron they hack into a parade in Chicago, and he steals the identity of a guy named Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago, right?
Midwest. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they end up stealing a Porsche and then driving it into the woods, and a pedophile gets arrested. It's a fascinating film.
Hell of a ride.
Yeah.
I know what you did there. I know exactly what you did because I have seen Ferris Bueller. So
Yeah, you forgot the Rube Goldberg machine that he made to trick his parents too at one point.
Oh yeah. Also, who is Rube Goldberg, and why did he make such annoying machines?
I don't think his name was Rube. He just called everyone else Rubes for paying him so much money to pile all their shit in a silly way to knock them over, and the name stuck. What is that? I'm gonna make that my Monday mystery. Someone add that to the Discord. Why? Who the fuck was Rube Goldberg?
Yeah, who the fuck was Rube Goldberg?
Yeah. So, Greg, do you have any questions about our house?
What would you like to know?
Does it have all the walls and ceilings? I mean,
yeah. No leaks.
No leaks.
There's a little bit of an air thing in the ensuite bathroom. Not one of the windows isn't totally sealed, but it's an easy fix. It's an easy fix.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, no holes, no ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too concerned. And like people have been like, "Oh, well, like what do you know about it?" I'm like, I know that that's where I'm going because this is the easiest thing to find a place from within Toronto right now, and I don't have the energy to look for another place. So this is perfect for me.
Don't worry. The rental process, as best as I can tell, for that house is you just have to have known me. That's how he now vets people for that house. I know John Hastings, and a Cyprian man goes very good, and then away you go. Like Ashley, are you looking for a place in London? If you need one, you just have to. Oh, Ben Hall. Oh yeah, I should warn you, Greg. Ben Hall lives.
He lives in the walls.
There. What's some stuff about that house you should know? The neighbor downstairs used to never shut his blinds. Every once in a while, when you're walking home late at night, he would be full jacking off. Just
fully naked. Fully naked, sitting at his dinner table.
No, yeah, that was the most alarming part for me. Is fully naked table, and it happened just enough that every time you just go, "Bah, what the fuck," and then, but not enough that you could be like, "Oh," like, it was just like you're like, "Oh, this again."
Was it
got frosted windows? Got frosted windows.
Dinner table, or is it like they had the leaf in and stuff? Or
it's not really what your eye was drawn to, Greg.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell you what specifically was drawn to was that he was a very thin man, but clearly still didn't work out. It was just a high metabolism, very loose skin. Because I just remember because of the rippling, there was like a wave of skin over the and it was so it's not like I like stared. It was just like it was in the corner of my eye 3 different times. One time I remember I was half and I was gonna flick it out, and I was like, no, I'll just turn my back. But it's all I could think about, so I still had to go inside. What are other things?
He's very nice though. He's a doctor.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
No, you don't want to know that a doctor.
Not a medical doctor. He's a math doctor. He's a programmer.
Fine.
He's a math doctor.
Fine.
Super nice guy.
I will
masturbates in full view of the street sometimes.
I will say this: the revelation that he is a PhD in math, based on speaking to that, like that guy, really nice, not giving it up. You're doing a lot of work in that conversation. Chris, let's do an impression. I'll be me. You be that neighbor. Yep, there it is. That's was my entire interaction with him. And in that pause, when you've already seen him jacking off a couple of times, all you're thinking is, you just did it again.
I want to take a gamble and say he does have curtains. He just doesn't draw them.
No, then it wouldn't be a kink if he drew them. Yeah.
No, but I don't think it's good.
Well, I'm going to say no because he's since gotten them.
Oh.
You're safe now. I think someone must have pointed it out. I feel like his boyfriend must have pointed it out.
Maybe the
because he
cops.
clearly didn't know for a long time, and who had no British person's going to bring up, "Hey, dude, I saw you J&O last
Are you
night."
kidding?
Yeah.
You're
That
really
would be
going
like the
for it.
first joke I wrote as soon as I landed, and
Oh,
told
yeah, but-
a million strangers at every show.
But you wouldn't
tell
say
strangers,
to
you
them.
tell everyone you know, but you'd
Yeah,
never
yeah,
go
yeah.
up to him and be like, "I saw you really fucking beating your meat there last night, big guy." First of all, get curtains. Second, be kinder to your body.
Yeah. I went a different way, by the way. Is the third time I caught him, I banged on the glass and I just went, use the shaft, don't concentrate. Why? Your sexual
Yeah, it was-
experiences will be more
It was
difficult.
weird. You do it
Yeah.
like this from the
Try
top.
turning your hand. Try turning
Yeah.
turning your wrist. Yeah.
That always feels aggressive to me. That feels like
I
I'm
agree
going to
with
attack someone with it.
Anytime I've seen
This
someone,
is a good
Yeah.
time. This is like just. vicious.
anytime I've seen a man jacking off in public, 2 times, by the way. Thank you. Have like this motion, which
Yeah.
I just assume is that's how you weaponize jizz. You know what I mean? Like the classic thumb on the top. That's just the way it's been done since.
But is that
Yeah.
is that way like trying to pretend it's somebody else's hand?
No,
I-
that's when you sit on it for a while and it goes.
Yeah.
numb.
No, I know that people do that, but like
Yeah.
that
That's called a
does,
stranger.
like that kind
It's
of
called the
wears
Billy
off
Joel.
after a while. And but like is it to go but it's like the same direction as when somebody else does it.
I unfortunately have a different explanation that I've thought of,
Interesting,
and
I like that thought though.
so much more wholesome. And I wish what I think it is if you're doing it this way, this is an easier way to catch and then fling the jizz. You see what I'm saying? Like this is a
Oh, you just
Exactly.
roll off the end.
That's what I
One
think
swift.
it is. That's what I think it is.
Frah,
I
damn.
want it written down right now.
Well,
I
it's like, yeah,
just
one
broke
fluid motion.
Ashley.
Uh,
I just broke Ashley. I just broke the toughest among us.
Mhm.
Wait,
that thought has
Yeah.
never existed in my brain before.
Yeah, maybe
You never
maybe-
got Spider-Man?
Yeah, maybe it was a bad day to call yourself Milkmaid Ashley.
Yeah.
Guys, can I tell you, I love New York. I love visiting this town. I feel better. I feel charged up. You feel your zip. You know what I mean?
Because my thing is like keep it as far away from me as possible because I will get a reaction to it. So
Oh yes, of course.
yeah.
Ben Hall.
Oh Ben. I wish I could disagree with you, buddy, and I'll tell you what. It doesn't feel good when Ben Hall rightfully is saying that's a bit too far.
Yeah,
Thank you,
rein
Ben.
it in, bud.
Tom Holland would never.
He is the best Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's-
Yeah,
of course.
100%.
Yeah.
Greg looks like he's quietly disagreeing.
I'm trying to think. Alfred Molina is the best Doc Ock besides the animated female Doc Ock, though.
Of course,
Yeah,
but we're not
100%.
saying who's the
Yeah.
best Doc
Yeah,
Ock.
yeah.
We're saying who's the
I
best
know.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm
It's not
running
about
through
best
the
movie
Spider-Man
individual.
universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the best movie is actually Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That movie was glorious in every aspect.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ashley.
I didn't like it as much as everybody else did.
Oh, interesting.
What's
What
your
if
favorite?
I-
Is it Spider-Man 3?
Yeah. Do you really love when Topher Grace was Venom and for some reason just had a goddamn fucking...
I didn't catch the end of that sentence because you broke up, but I loved the Tobey Maguire ones because they were like not only were they my Spider-Man growing up, but they were my first superhero. You know, like
You hadn't
Didn't
seen
like
all the Batman
cartoon or the Spider-Man cartoon? Spider-Man. That one?
The Amazing Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I did watch that, but so Spider-Man would have been my first kind of superhero, but that was the first epic movie of it, you know.
Okay.
Was what's his face?
Tobey Maguire.
His name's Tobey Maguire. I couldn't get Topher Grace out of my head. So that was
Oh man, I hope Topher's in the new Venom coming up. That'd be so great. If they cross
Yeah.
them over.
If it was Tobey Maguire and Topher Grace.
Greg, I want to make my hand into a fist. Put that fist on your face with force for what you just said.
Oh no. That Venom
don't
was sorry.
What Venom?
The
Greg?
Topher Yeah, he was perfect. He was well done, well written for sure. And the studio was right by making Sam Raimi focus the movie on him instead of Sandman.
Well, yeah, no, I hate the guy that played Sandman, though. He's one of the few actors that I
What?
actively want to punch in the face.
Thomas
The
Hayden
mechanic
Church?
from Wings?
I
Yeah, well,
hate
he's a
Thomas
crazy
Hayden
guy.
Church. I
You hate-
hate him.
Ashley, you have to pick a side. Do you
I-
like or
I'm googling who Thomas Hayden Church is.
I knew
Oh, I don't like that guy.
Thank you. Thank you. Fuck
You know
that
what?
guy.
Wings.
But what is the other side that I have to pick?
It's that
Tobey
side.
Maguire is Venom.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Or do you
I
want
think
noted hot boy?
buff Tobey Maguire.
Or,
no,
yeah.
Topher Grace, wasn't it?
It's
Hot,
Topher
hot
Grace.
twink Tobey Maguire is Venom.
It's either
I remember liking Topher Grace as Venom. That because that film was kind of underrated in a way, wasn't it? It was like
It was terrible.
incorrect.
It was a very
It was-
bad.
wait,
hot garbage.
which one am I thinking of though? Because one of them was
Spider-Man 2.
There-
Spider-Man 2 was so shocking.
Spider-Man 2. Topher Grace
Spider-Man-
was in Spider-Man 3, was it?
He was in Spider-Man 3, and that
3.
movie.
Right. Number 2 was the horror director guy, right?
Sam Raimi.
Well,
They were
all three of them.
They were all
Sam
Sam
Raimi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But number 2 was with Doc Ock, Alfred Molina.
Okay.
Number
that was a
one, I
good
mean,
one.
number 1 was still good too. Like Green Goblin,
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe. Like
You got Willem Dafoe making faces?
Willem
set up a good-
Dafoe
set up a good franchise.
absolutely, like, it did terrify me, you know?
He's a spooky guy.
It stuck with me. It sticks with me now. I regularly revisit that character a lot.
Really?
Everything Willem
I think
Dafoe
I was
is-
too young seeing it, so it's like
Norman
kinda
Osborn
scary.
specifically?
Yeah.
Wow. I
Anytime-
can't
and
imagine it being
anytime-
touched by that.
And no, but like it's not like an emotional thing. It's more just like, you know, when something just sticks in your head.
Mm.
Like it's just kind of stuck there.
But that's an
and-
emotional response. That's it's hooked
Yeah,
in.
I guess
it's
so.
hardwired into you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was because that there is a very dramatic emotional thing going on there. You know. I think it was just a lot for the age that I saw it.
How old were you when you saw it?
Oh, I'm gonna have to Google what year it came out.
I don't think I've ever been more excited for a film in my whole life
It was very
Then that
exciting.
Spider-Man.
than the very first Spider-Man.
2002.
2001?
I'm gonna say it was.
Then
Yeah, it was right around
Um,
9/11.
It was in
They
there.
had to re-edit it because the original ending took place on the
Oh,
top
yeah.
of the World Trade Center,
Yeah.
and I always chose to believe involved a plane flying into one of them. But I don't
Yeah,
think
it was
that. I think it was-
2002. In which case I was 8.
Oh, that's absolutely incorrect. 8 years old after 9/11? Ashley. My God.
Yeah.
I was nowhere near being a virgin anymore.
Yeah.
whoa, okay,
Nowhere
bragging.
near.
I was also virginity in that 12-month span. When did it come out? Let's see if who got
Who
Oh
got
my,
what, John?
very-
Finish that sentence. Who got
I'm-
what?
April 2002.
What day?
Oh
does it
shit.
say?
I got-
April 29th.
3 weeks after my birthday.
no, I totally did the math wrong. I lost my virginity, I believe, in 2003. I believe it was 2003. 17.
I think I lost mine in 2009.
What? You lost your
Yeah, I think so.
virginity in 2009?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think I had my first kiss that year.
You lost your virginity in 2009, and Chris, and you had your first kiss the same year? I think Chris is telling a porcupine.
No, I think so, yeah, because I was 15.
You're 15 in 2009.
2009. I was 14.
Oh,
in
1999.
2009.
Sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, 2009. I was
There was something not
25,
adding up there.
and then I just made up for lost time. Then
Yeah.
it was
I lost my virginity in 2012.
You lost your virginity, moved to England.
Was that because you were worried about the apocalypse? Did some boy be like, the end of the world's coming?
the
We should
Mayans,
probably,
yeah.
We shouldn't deny ourselves this pleasure any longer.
Not quite.
I have a question / guess.
Yes.
I assume Ashley did that to a boy. It's like, I don't know, and Ashley went, the world's about to end. And do you want to die a fucking virgin? And then he was like, maybe I do. And then you went, listen, you little bitch. And then you opened a drawer and there was just a knife in it. Saying, well, I'm going to use that for anything.
Questing time.
Raid.
Welcome in. We got a raid.
Oh, kiss bets. Damn
Thank
right.
you so much for the raid.
Welcome, Raiders.
Press
Welcome,
the follow
Raiders.
button. If you're
How
not
was the
following,
quest?
what are you doing? Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
When you
Martian
lost your
Mister, thank you for the
virginity.
follow.
Yeah. Welcome, Raiders. When did you lose your virginity? Chris lost it in 2009. Ashley, 2012. Me, way cool guy, 2003. Greg, what year did you lose your virginity?
I don't remember the exact year. Hold on a second. What
Thank
year
you
is
for
it now?
following
Next
RQ
week?
Staffen.
What?
I think I was 27. No, 26. So 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Yeah.
Congratulations.
2010.
So wait, that's a good year.
I mean, yeah.
That's
I
a
mean,
very
that wasn't
good
the
year.
plan, though. Like, I wanted to lose it much sooner than that.
I mean, that's
Well, I lost mine in 2019. Not 2019, 2012, when I was 19. And then I really went hell for leather for like 2 years. But then I didn't have sex for like 4 years after that.
what?
Oh, wow. What?
Yeah.
But you're GSA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like finding out Babe Ruth didn't own a bat.
Yeah. Maybe 4 years. So 1921 I had my surgery, you see. So I was
Oh, this doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
So it doesn't really
Okay.
count. But it was a year. I did my whole of my degree without having sex. And
What were you doing?
What?
that was 3 years. I mean, I really, really studied for my degree. Like, I was really such a dork for those 3 years. But I was also living with my parents. I didn't drink very much. I was like the first year and a half of my degree, I was still recovering from my surgery. So, so it's at least 3.5 years. And then I moved to Scotland.
And then it began.
And
Yes, and then it stopped again in December 2019, and I haven't had sex since then.
Oh my God. I feel like when it happens, animals will raise their head.
When it rains, it pours.
Oh my Lord. I can't.
And then we have fucking dry spells. We need to flood the Sahara Desert, folks. That's what we need to do.
This is a really weird thing. I always found that there were certain seasons where I was way more catnip than other seasons. Here are the seasons. Fall and spring, I'm your gentleman du jour. Look great in a light bit of layering, and I'm warm bodied when you forgot your jacket. Here's the times that are not good times. Summer, no one's looking for me for some. Who's that wet, sweaty man? Who's that red, sweaty man?
I don't know if I have
don't think I've fallen into any patterns that way.
Oh, I have a time of day.
Yeah,
time of day.
Yeah. No one's into me in the daytime. I'm not an afternoon love. I'm a dusk and later kind of interest. I
think
thrive
I'm
in the
kind
evening.
of the same.
Definitely. I think my best appeal is the afternoon. I love a nice afternoon date and an afternoon close the deal.
A little afternoon delight. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, afternoon
Yeah, that's
delight.
right.
I'm not a daytime. No.
Oh, I remember when I was 19. I was sleeping with this 20. She was like 25, 26. She was my friend's cousin. It was very surprising. But she was just like, I fucking just love having sex in the afternoon because there's so many other things I should be doing. That's the best kind of procrastination. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
I once, when I was 25 and I had just come out of a long-term relationship and got very excited because it was like people were actually like, I'm going on a date, and they're like, yeah, and then I got excited about scheduling dates. And then there was a weekend where I had a date like every 3 hours by accident, and that was just bad planning because if they went well, I had to be like, the first one I was like, well, I have to go, I have another, and you're like, you can't say date to a woman you're on a date with. So I was like, I remember I have another obligation, I said to one of them, and they were like, what the
Thank you
That's
for the
funny.
follow, Domitella. Welcome to the sisterhood.
I've definitely been
Weird.
on the receiving end of that, where someone showed up to our date and it's like, yeah, and then like she had like literally got drunk. I don't care. That's funny.
I mean,
Oh.
have you? This is something that Richard about all the time about his character, which was Richard Nixon asked out who would eventually be his wife, and she was rightfully repulsed by a weird jowly man who was for sure wearing a suit. That man, by the way, even if it was a day off, he would get up and put on a full suit. He would get up and put a full suit on at 7 a.m. every day of his life. It's so creepy. Anyway, he said, around to all your dates and show you I'm a better man than those people you're going on dates with. And he did that for 2 years. And at the end of it, she went, all right, I'll go on a date with you, Richard, which means that a cuck for 2 years. And at the end of it, she was just like, maybe this will get me out of it. And then as it turned out, Richard Nixon knows how to fuck. It's the part of the Watergate tapes they do not show you, is that around 6 o'clock his wife would come in, he'd ask Halderman to leave, and then there's just some slight wah-wah pedal would play. Ooh.
You'd fucking lay it down.
Certainly.
The Orphe, thank you for the follow.
I had it once where after a show in London, a comic did that thing that you used to do, John, where you just lined up a bunch of Tinder dates. And
I never did this once. What are you talking about?
I was already, didn't you just say that you had like dates? Well, not Tinder dates, but you had dates every like 3 hours?
One time, one weekend, and then because I was 25 and excited that I'd like lost some weight and looked good for the first time in the fairer sex. I wasn't one of the many classic London comedians who did exactly what you're talking about, which is invite a bunch of dates to a gig and then scope them out. Yes, it's the creepiest thing in the entire
That's
world.
horrible. I don't like that.
Oh, it's gross.
Well, he invited her post gig, if nothing else, but that's the only good thing he did. So he brought her up, had one drink with her. Introduced her to me. I was already dating Sadaf, but he did it, and then he's like, "Oh, just talk to Chris. I'll be right back." And then he just left to go on another date. Just didn't say goodbye to this girl. Sent me a message being like, "I had to go to another date. Can you just tell her?" I was like, "You're a dick."
I'm gonna need the name.
I'm sorry. Yeah, who was that again?
Right now, put it in the
private chat.
Private chat.
Right now,
Greg.
There was a story of somebody who is a comedian who would kind of do something like that. I don't know that person, but he would go on dates a lot, and he
didn't expect that.
He would go on dates a lot, and he did a gig. I think he was out in Australia actually, and he did a gig, and one of his previous dates was in the front row of the audience. And he just like fully acknowledged it. He went, "Hey, you're here on another date, aren't you?" And she was like, "Yeah." And he just went, "It's okay. My other date's at the bar." Which I think is great. I think it's so funny.
The first woman I ever said I love you to, we dated for 3 years. And then she got asked on a date by someone else who she later married. And he said, as they were walking down the street, and I'll tell you how I found this out in a moment. He said to her, "I love stand-up comedy. Let's go to stand-up comedy." And she said, "There's something you should know." And he was like, "Hang on, there's a place right here that's doing stand-up comedy. Let's go in here. It'll be great." And she was like, "I just need to open the door." They walked in, and I turned around and went, "Hey, Carol, how's it going?" And she went to him, "My ex-boyfriend is a stand-up comedian. Odds are he'll be on this show." And I was like, what's just happening right here?
Were you on the stage when they...
I was about to go on, and what's better is that's happened 2 other times.
Well, you're
I
also
like
like you're on every goddamn show. If they were to
Yeah.
date any other comedian, it would be much less likely that they would see that person. But it's
Yeah,
no matter what, you
absolutely.
walk in, John will be here. He's not here yet, but he'll fucking be here. I know he will be.
Yeah.
You ruin a whole
Diamond
genre.
Geyser.
Ooh, damn
Yes,
it,
I do
yeah.
know who that is, by the way. Don't try and out private chat us. I will fucking come. By the way, the name. Oh, yeah. You totally know who that is, King Geo. The person you put in the private chat.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's
What?
like Job from fucking Arrested Development picking up the second place girl in the pageant.
No.
I think I know who this is. I have a guess. I have a
John,
feeling.
private chat your guess.
Yeah,
Private
I
chat
want to
your
know
guess.
who that is.
I think it's this guy. CRISB. I mean ET. No.
Also, not how you spell my name.
Chris Betts.
CH.
No.
What?
Two for two. Tom
Oh.
again. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. That also the one that Chris revealed. I want to say who that guy is so bad. I fucking hate that guy. And
People
I hate Chris
that
a little
guy.
bit. Only Chris. That guy is a cunt. That guy is that guy is so much of a cunt. Oh my god, I fucking hate that guy. That guy.
I don't
Everyone
like the guy that you said either.
Oh, that guy is such an undercover shagger. It's so funny,
Right?
I couldn't believe it when you guys told me that. I'd never heard that before.
Nah, he's such a.
I don't know any of these people, but I'm on their side, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, the one that's
the
an
first-
asshole, I'm the only comedian that likes him. No one else likes him. I just like him. He's just exactly the kind of asshole that he says he is. He doesn't hide it at any point, and I just think that's very funny.
He's much worse. He was talking shit he talks shit behind people's backs to club promoters. He sends emails and
really?
shit like that.
Oh, that's nasty.
I wasn't playing crack comedy for a while, and I asked, hey, why am I not playing crack comedy? And we were like, we heard you got some bad feedback. And then I said, oh, is it from And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, like he left the set to go find the bartender at the bar who was dating another comedian who was on stage. And then I had to go on stage, and I was kind of shitty to him. Was it right after that gig? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, fuck that guy. And that guy was complaining about not having any gigs. Good, you fucking fuck, you short little fuck with your mealy mouth. I want to say his name so badly. I want that guy to sue me for libel, and I'll pay his court costs, and I'll sit in court, and I will just draw drawings and throw them at his face. Oh, he sucks so bad. Peter from downstairs at the King's Head once said this, and I thought it was so funny. He went, he's on stage, isn't he? Oh, that's the coldest thing I've ever heard a comedian describe. As in, he's like,
while he was doing his set, like, well, he's on stage.
He's on stage. And I was like, he certainly is. Is it libel slander? I mean, who knows? I'm definitely if I was allowed to say his name and betray Chris's trust, I'd definitely say some stuff that wasn't. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like
you have to be able to prove that it's not libel.
Not true, basically, right?
Yeah, that's why
libel is lies.
It's totally illegal for me to be like, that guy's a fucking fuck, because you can't prove whether or not someone is a fucking fuck.
Well, that's opinion rather than slander. If you are saying something that you're suggesting is something that they've done or said that could be true, then you have to prove that it is true. The responsibility falls on the person who's made the claim to prove that they are telling the truth, rather than on the person who is in defense, so you have to prove that what you've said is true, rather than the person proving that it's not.
Would it be libel if I said, the person who put Chris in the private chat, if I said he's a piss drinker, but he doesn't swallow the piss, he holds the piss in his mouth until it gets body temperature? Faces.
No, I think that's common knowledge. I think you're saying.
Yeah, that is common knowledge. I think that's common knowledge.
Yeah.
But I think they can only bring a libel suit if they can prove that they have lost business or they've lost something because you've said that.
Yeah.
Oh man. So
I got
would not
very
be libel.
into libel and slander laws last year when I was tweeting.
I wonder why. Why, Ashley?
Yeah. It's weird. Explain to Greg. Ashley. How do I say this? Went a bit chicken rights and fucking stood up for everybody on Twitter, and
Nice.
And as a result, we have an in-house legal team when it comes. Now, quick question: what if I imply this man is ice cold? Is that slander?
What did you say?
Deep pull.
said-
Deep pull, Diamond. Deep pull. Nice. Do you guys remember that story?
No.
Crazy.
Tell me the story.
Okay, quick version. Reg D. Hunter shows up at Spank, hammered, demands to go on. They say, okay, I guess you can go up next. Walks into that little green room that's back there, drinks a beer, has to piss, so just grabs a pint glass,
I
pisses
do remember
into the
this.
glass, fills the glass while he's drunk, so he's pissing, so it's splashing onto the arm of another comedian.
Ew!
Then just puts the glass down on the side and goes, you know what? I'm probably too drunk for this. And just leaves
You
and
know
leaves his
what?
glass of piss there.
It does not matter who the other comedians were in that green room. That's an offense. That is not okay.
I'm going to say right now, Reginald D. Hunter is not funny enough to get away with pissing in a fucking pint glass.
Nope.
No.
I really have to pee now that we're talking about this.
Just grab a glass.
Just grab a glass, damn it.
Grab a glass.
Do we need to cover that Sean Locke is dead? Sean Locke is dead. It's really sad.
It's sort of a shame that we're all Canadians because, like, Greg, I'm guessing you don't know who Sean Locke is.
I saw a post about it, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really know. I never met Sean Locke. I saw posters for him, and whenever posters would be up for him, all the British comedians would be like, "That guy's the fucking best."
He's the best.
But I never got to see him. I've watched some of his videos. He's funny, but I don't know.
Very good
him.
stand-up. Everyone, go check out Sean Locke. He's incredibly fucking funny and incredibly underrated as a comedian. He should have been way bigger. Oh my god, he was leaning on Tuck at the time.
It was Tuck. I didn't want to say for sure because I couldn't remember, but it was Tuck.
Did someone end up drinking the pee or something too, or no?
That was me, but that was just because I wanted to drink.
Yeah.
Like
That
when
was
you have
his
an
closer.
opportunity
That's always his
to
closer.
drink what you have, like based on how many times I've never seen Reginald D. Water, I can only assume that is a dark, stinky pee.
Yeah, it feels like a thick stream, you know?
Mm.
There's like a viscousness to it. What's your pee like, Greg? Clear? Yellow? Brown?
Yeah, I mean, it gets a little fluorescent after I take my daily vitamins, but other than that, pretty solid.
That's fine. You're just getting rid of excess vitamins. That's
Yeah.
all good, bud.
Peeing out
It's
that
always
extra
the-
vitamin C.
It's the ever fun part of taking a Baraka when you're hungover. Is midway through the day you have an electric whiz.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Love it.
What is a Baraka?
It is a type of vitamin infused thing that you'll take when you're super hungover. Here's something to look forward to in the UK. I'm going to do a bit about
Sean,
drinking that pee.
who was that? Do you remember who that was? We'd love to know. We would love to know.
I don't know who has that bit. I'm sure that someone has a bit about drinking pee.
Oh, yeah. Tons of people have bits about drinking pee, but drinking Reg's pee at Spank?
I don't know who that could be.
That I don't
that's
want to hear.
really fun.
That I
James
want to hear.
Leverage, Abigalia. We need to narrow it down if we got to the year, because I bet you if it's one of those two, it would be one of them that were hosting it. They'd be aware of that information. You know what I'm saying?
You want to say it was John Robbins? Oh, that would be such a great.
That would make
me
sense.
laugh.
John Robbins would get that information. Ashley, you live in the UK. What would you say is the biggest top tip for Greg moving to the UK? You moved to the UK the most recently of the three of us, and you still live there. What's your number one top tip, UK top tip? Same thing for the chat. Any UK top tips?
I'll be right back.
Give me those tips. Don't.
I would say-
I I would get a UK phone number quite quickly.
Yeah, I have a UK SIM card via
Oh,
my
okay.
friends at GiftGaff, so I might even be able to set up my from Canada maybe.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I would start trying to get like your proof of address and stuff sorted, especially because now you're moving in somewhere that you already have people there. They can like put your name on the bills already and get that sorted.
What
Well, you
do I
can
need
also
that for?
open. You can also open an offshore account in Canada. The information is at the Canadian consulate in Toronto. Just call them. I did it, and it is the weirdest process ever. Here's what you do: is you call a woman in Canada whose whole job is setting up these specific bank accounts. There's like mine was Lloyd's, but it changes sometimes who the bank is, and you have a specific amount of time to get to your bank. Get them to like approve all of these documents, contact her, fill out all these forms, and transfer money into your account. And it's like this weird, like it's like 3 hours and 40 minutes where she can like hold open an account for you. And then after that, she has to close it because then technically she then owns the account. And if for her to keep it open she'd be committing fraud. It's the most fascinating, weird, stressful thing I ever had to do because like, have you ever gone to a bank when you really need them to be efficient? They have no idea what their job is. Like, they're just like, what?
Well, so I've had a couple appointments with HSBC because they are a bank in Canada and in London, like UK and stuff. And so I now have an HSBC Canada account, and I'm opening up a London-based international account via just talking with them. And like, I had an hour-long phone call with someone, so like, they're opening me an account there. I also set up, I think it's called like Wise Transfer. It's like a like a banking transfer app. Like thing. And so like I have a GBP British pound. Like I have a GBP account as well.
Right. Oh yeah, I use Revolut.
What the fuck is Wise? What the fuck is Wise? I don't know what Wise is.
Is that what you're using?
So learned it about the world. Yeah, I have Wise for now, and then I'm also getting HSBC.
The greatest. Wise is so useful.
I don't like online banking because Britton Burns told me about like TransferWise. Yeah, he tried. He tried TransferWise. Okay, here's the one problem with TransferWise. So Brendan we were just transferring money through a European thing. He's like, use TransferWise, or I could go to the weird, sketchy cash changing place in Victoria bus station that has the greatest rates ever. And he's like, no, use TransferWise. And I was like, I'm gonna go to these guys, and we used TransferWise, and then my money was stuck in this thing. They hold it for 7 days. When I was doing it,
when you start with it, they do that. But then once you've proven that you're not like a money laundering scheme, then it just comes right through.
So over those 7 days, Brexit happened, and you lost a shitload of money. And I was like, and Brendan was like, and Brendan still insists. He was just like, see, I told you. And I was like, no, but let people do their own thing. Don't force other people.
Yeah. But generally, it's the most useful thing. Like coming over to Canada, I took my pounds, transferred it into my Canadian area, and I just tap in. Card works in every country, no charges. It's fucking awesome. It's the most convenient thing to travel with.
Yeah, I use Revolut, and so the Irish banking charges you to transfer to an account that's not the same currency. And so it's like 15 quid a pop. Like it's not cheap to transfer. And so I'm able to get money into my Irish bank account, send it to the Euro account of my Revolut, transfer it from Revolut Euro into Revolut pounds, and then do whatever I want with it from there.
It's the exact same setup.
I don't get charged.
Yeah. So Wise is the exact same setup. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
See,
you can set up an account in any currency that's based in the UK.
Oh, interesting. I just don't move my money. So I just have some money in the UK account for when I'm in the UK.
I don't have enough money to do that.
I mean, it's £300 actually. It's I need to quickly work once I get into the UK or we're in trouble.
That's a nest egg though, John.
Yeah.
That is about as much money as I have to my name.
Twinsies.
Well, I have a whole bunch.
I'm
of
borrowing
right
money
now.
from my parents and my younger brother.
Are you going to pay your parents back? Are you that person?
Do not pay your parents back.
I will.
I
will.
Will you?
This is the third time they've financially bailed me out. This time I'm going to pay them back.
That's
Yeah,
so
rule of three.
low. Let me
You're
tell
too
you something.
loved to
Actually,
fail.
I used to. I've borrowed parents' money from one time. I did it one time, and I had so much shame about it. And here's the thing that no one. 3 is the lowest number I've ever heard. I have 2 different friends that I recently revealed. Their parents have been paying rent this whole time.
Holy shit.
One of them is a year younger than I am. Like it was, and the reason I'm in the arts, the government doesn't support me, so someone does. And I was like, what the fuck?
I'm sorry, who was this person?
Wow.
Cannot reveal it.
Wow.
I recently, like, I was giving myself a hard time by like I was like comparing myself against some of my pals and stuff, but there was one particular friend that I was like, okay, we've kind of had similar trajectory or something, but I was getting really pissed off because she was like achieving a few different things. She'd been traveling and stuff, and then I learned that like so much money coming from her parents, one of her parents.
Turns out money is a real leg up on a lot of stuff.
It's such a leg up, but I also had to kind of reevaluate how hard I was being on myself because also she hasn't dealt with an illness and blah 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 blah. Yeah. So I did have, but it was there was a beat where I just went, oh, you're still getting money from your parents, gotcha. But like, I mean, my parents are very supportive. They will help me a lot. My dad was very much like, when you reach 18, I won't be funding you anymore. However, the financial crash happened and it wasn't when you reach 18. They did always want to put us through college, but I've literally, my dad's an accountant and I've literally given him what I earn. Like I've given him the financial breakdown of everything I earn. And he's just like, it just doesn't make sense. I'm like, he's just like, you literally don't earn enough and yet you're in a good job. Like, yeah. And I'm just like, it's fucked.
It's almost like there was a generation that had everything work out for them. And instead of holding open those opportunities, they've hoarded that. No, that can't be right.
No.
Yeah.
And by
they
the way,
earned everything the hard way, John.
The generation I'm talking about is Generation X. Everyone blames the baby boomers. The quiet pieces of shit. Yeah. Generation X, your time was 1990 to 1992. Everything else falls at your door. I know a lot of people. I'll give Limp Bizkit a lot of rope. But Limp Bizkit are all Generation X people. Therefore, if you hate them, you can't hate millennials who listen to music. We were confused. It was 9/11. We were on pot. Chris, I was on pot. Ashley, I was on pot. And Nookie. Give me that. That's why I needed
it all
that
for
cookie.
it.
Yeah.
You were hot boxing. You know what I'm saying?
I was. That's why I had to break stuff.
Yeah. So this time though, I'm really like, I want to pay them back because my parents don't have money either. That's the thing. They are losing their house that they built and like, so I'm just like, I need this money right now, but I'm treating it as a loan because I was meant to get a loan and I didn't get it, but I'm treating it as the same loan that I would have had to pay back anyway.
Have they considered contacting the GA?
Yeah.
Have they reached out to the GA about this house situation, Ashley?
Well, that's literally the reason that they weren't able to get planning permission on the field. Like, is that they weren't
but they learned
they weren't in with the GA.
They learned their lesson now, though.
Have they spoken to Brendan Burns? Because while he doesn't know much about transfer apps, based on his 2 appearances on this very program, he has a couple of thoughts on cryptocurrency, and there's no way that shirtless man could be leading anyone astray.
My
greatest redistribution of wealth in a generation.
Pardon me.
My brother's gotten into cryptocurrency, and he's just like, yeah, you just like buy a couple of £100 of it, and I'm just like, I don't have
just
a couple of £100.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on. He's just like, yeah, but you just like £100, just let it sit there for a few years. And I'm like, I don't have it.
I will never forget when Francis Foster. I was at Angel and I said I'm hungry and I would go. I literally had like maybe 15 pounds at that point. I was like I had nothing.
Yeah.
It was 15 pounds because he went, oh no, you don't want to go there. I'll get you something really good. And I was like, okay. And then he ordered. He got me a Byron burger, and I was like, and he's like,
Oh, wow.
And he was like, and I was like, how much was this? And he's like, oh, you owe me 20 quid. And I was like, oh, cool. I get to go into overdraft because you didn't ask. And it was just that thing of like, he just doesn't know that there's poor people. Yeah. But I was just so fucking poor. But I remember like walking home.
Yeah.
Thinking, man, that Francis Foster, I hope he doesn't start a podcast that dog whistles racism because that would be a bridge too far. You know what I mean?
I had that with Brendan Burns.
Oh, Brendan's the worst. Brendan's the fucking worst with that because he just doesn't know and also doesn't know what things cost.
We were doing a show in somewhere in London, and then so we went out to go get some food afterwards in near Old Street, and he was like, I tell you what, I know you don't have much money, so I'll get dinner and then you get dessert. There's like a donut place. And I was like, cool, no problem. And then so he got dinner, which was great.
Also,
we walk up.
Were you adults or children? Why are you guys talking about just getting dessert?
Dessert, yeah.
Because he wanted a donut down the street. Specifically, so he was like, I'll pay for this stage, you pay for that stage.
I will explain to you this, by the way. Brendan is sober, and he may or may not be affiliated with an organization at times in his life you can find at the beginning of a phone book. And any of those people, I have a few of them in my life, they are going for dessert. You are not going, you're going to a second location. Yeah. Like you're not staying at the restaurant.
So he goes, all right, so I'll get this and you get that. I was like, yeah, no problem. So we got some nice food, not like amazing food, just like good. We show up to the donut place and he orders 40 pounds worth of donuts.
What the fuck, Brendan?
What?
40 pounds.
That feels like a prank.
No,
and he literally he was like, I honestly didn't think it was gonna be so expensive. Really sorry about this, and just picked up the donuts.
but still let you paid for it.
Yeah. A deal's a deal. A deal's a deal.
How many donuts did he buy? Did he buy like 6 donuts? Like what?
Yeah, he got like a few, and it was one of those like fancy donut places. So everything's very expensive.
Here's the
absolutely
thing, though,
ludicrous
about Brendan, though, is that if you had gone, well, no, I'm not. Like he would have crumbled immediately. You would have just had to been like, asshole. No.
Yeah.
I'll pay for one donut. Like,
because this is the brilliant thing about him is that you have to like imagine if logic was a road. So you're walking up. We all walk down Logical Road. Brendan is like a kite that's just in the wind. So sometimes it happens to be floating above logic, but other times it's just fucked off. And you got to run after it and be like, no, over here. And then he's like, oh, this is much better. And I was like, yeah, much better.
Yeah. And again, I did not have that money, but I was raised that a deal is a deal.
Yep. You just got to do it.
So this is that. I just won't eat tomorrow because Brendan needs donuts. All right.
Dessert for every night for the next fortnight. Like that's not dessert.
That's fucking wild.
You bought his groceries.
You did. No, he didn't.
That was a week's worth.
I know. No, you did. Those donuts, I guarantee, were eaten that day with Chris. No, he ate them. They all ate.
Oh, he ate them all right away. Yeah.
He's not saving them. What have you guys never dealt with people that used to be alcoholics but are now sober? Like,
yeah, it's a lot of sugar intake.
They are treating themselves at a near constant basis.
Yeah.
It was fucking wild, man.
I did. Wild.
Speaking of food, I went to a new school Italian restaurant last night before 2 excellent non-Delta variant affected stand-up comedy shows in New York. Oh, this island, by the way, is going to get smoked so hard by this variant. They are ignoring the shit out of it. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm here for a few weeks. I'm going to enjoy it. But in my head, I'm just sort of like, well, can't wait till New York's in the news again, because no one is in a mask and everyone is just spitting in each other's mouths.
Ew.
How were the shows though?
So fun. So fun.
Yeah.
You know what?
Like
When a
full
crowd doesn't have
shows too?
full show, full unventilated shows. Yes,
Oof.
very good. It was very fun. Saw a bunch of New York pals, and getting our ducks in the row for some fun future. And then I tangled with Patreon tiers and sort of lost my mind on a walk thinking of Patreon tiers. And some of them were crimes. One of them, I saw this in the internet thing I saw my notepad of things I wrote down for Patreon tiers. I thought this one was a good one. You can Zoom call with one of us for the length of time.
Which one of us?
Who was that?
That's great.
Well, that was a motorcycle outside. And I was looking at a different tab and it was like, I just went quiet. Did I freeze? And you're all just like, yeah, no, that was a motorcycle. That would have been great though.
So loud.
So loud. Yeah.
Really picked up.
I guarantee that's a 75-year-old man living his last hurrah. Like
Yeah.
that guy is going the speed limit right on his way to a farmer's drug mart.
Oh
Wait
yeah.
a minute.
Yeah. That guy's getting his medication.
Shoppers Drug Mart?
Shoppers Drug Mart. Farm Boy and Shoppers Drug Mart.
Farm Boy.
Farm Boy are the two Canadian businesses I conflated in my head.
What the fuck is a farm boy?
It's a grocery store. It's a grocery store that started on Ottawa, Ontario. That's it's fresh from the farm, just for your house. Farm Boy.
It's like the Canadian version of Whole Foods before we got Whole Foods.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is now. When I was growing up, it was just one grocery store in Ottawa that just was only farm fresh groceries. But farm fresh groceries in the 90s, they didn't have the like setup that we did now. So you could go to the grocery store, or you could go to essentially an empty room with some potatoes because it's Ottawa in the winter. Like there's nothing's growing for 8. Do you want some meat?
It was like near Billings, right? The original.
It was if anyone's from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, get ready for some deep Ottawa. It was in the Maryvale Mall. We all know the Maryvale Mall as being home to Sharks Pool Hall, the place where a guy I went to high school with manslaughtered another guy.
How?
Boom! How do you like that? Threw him off a 2-story staircase. So it's 2 stories up was where the billiard hall was. Bouncers got into a fight with the guy. Guy took a swing. The bouncers say that he came out of control and fell off the balcony. And the local legend was he was assisted off of that balcony for being such an asshole. Yeah.
Shit.
Well, you never go to a billiard hall the more than 1 story up. That's the
Yep.
max.
Everyone knows that.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. And the guy that was one of the bouncers who I went to high school with, when I heard the story, it was told, so like that guy definitely did it. I was like, oh yeah, that guy definitely burned it. Yeah. So like it's one of those ones. Like it was Ashley, Greg, or Chris, and someone was like, "This happened." I'd be like, "That was an accident. There was no way that they are culpable for that. That was a series of unfortunate incidents. I know these people." And then there's other people who are like, "He manslaughtered someone." I was like, "He got a good lawyer. He murdered someone." It's like, "Oh yeah, of course, yeah."
Wow.
King Geo, ladies and gentlemen, backing me up right like there.
That's wild. I'm trying to think if I know of anybody that's ever
Manslaughter?
done something like that.
I know a couple people that I assume have. Like there are a few where I'm like, oh yeah, definitely, and they're bouncers as well. They're guys.
I get that with this is just to drop the tone a few notches, but every now and then you learn of a guy that sexually assaulted somebody, and you're like, yeah.
Oh
yeah. Russ Monkey with a gun.
Yeah, but no,
That
but
was
like
never a less surprising.
Yeah.
That,
I remember finding out one of
that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Actually, you have to hear this story.
It was the greatest reveal. The one time this guy, he'd been doing stand-ups, he was terrible. He called himself Russ Monkey with a gun, and we're all like, "That's a stupid name. Why would you?
Okay.
Why would you do that?" And he was always like, "Oh, it's a stage name, whatever." Always taking pictures with celebrities whenever he met one. Always selfie king. And then it came out that he was a child sex pest, previously convicted. And so all of the that was why he went by a pseudonym, Russ Monkey with a gun, because if he went with his real name, that's a quick little Google. And so then all the papers caught it, and it was just him with like Peter Kay and fucking like just selfies with all these famous comics, and they all had to defend themselves.
My favorite one was Phil Jupitus, because the caption underneath said like source Facebook, tag Russ Monkey with a gun and friend Phil Jupitus, and then Phil Jupitus had to put it on Twitter and went, I requested that friend be in quotation marks, and clearly this man is a rule breaker. And I was just like, Phil Jupitus? God, you're charming. Yeah.
I remember, I was semi talking over you saying that as well, but I just remembered finding out about a guy I went to school with had raped one of my friends, and I was just like, doesn't surprise me at all. Jesus. It just doesn't surprise me at all.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I just hang on. Let's just sort of break the tension. Coming in from Shona Bear. My neighbor threw a homeless man in the river and killed him. I had a crush on him and was so conflicted after that.
I'm sorry.
But he's still got those abs. What are you supposed to do?
Can we all just embrace how cute Greg's I'm sorry was at that? We just went, oh, you little sweet boy. London is going to chew you up and spit you out. But you know what? You'll be okay. Also, this doesn't...
Sorry.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Oh, yeah. That happens all the time. I'm sure that happens with someone with like the flu, and they're just like...
I can't describe to you how open I was with the nurses before my surgery. Like, I was like... there was no... Like, I was literally in an open robe, and they were putting needles in me, and at one point I had to poop, and I literally went, can I still take a shit, or is that going to be a big problem for you guys? And the nurse then like looked at the time and looked at how many IVs, and she was like, "No, I think you could take a shit now." And I was like, "Oh, she's having a great time. You were having a nice time."
I
would never say shit to a nurse. That's
no,
I wouldn't say shit.
Why not?
I would say poop.
They've held someone's hand while death took them.
And you respect that.
They deserve a little honor.
No, they're tough as nails. They're tough as nails.
I'm not saying they're not.
I'm not saying that they would mind. I'm saying I would mind.
Here's the thing, and this is just, I always think that it's more respectful to speak like openly and handedly, as opposed to being like, "Daddy has to poo-poo, nursey worsey." Like, you're just sort of like, that just seems like I'm here for the kink of it all. Did I reveal to you guys what I said to the team of surgeons after I came out of anesthesia? I don't think I ever have.
Think so.
I don't know.
I really don't like that I decided to tell you, because I know that this is going to be revisited. Is I came alert and I went, "Where's Martin Short? We're supposed to be having lunch."
Oh wow! I had to. I when I came out of surgery, I was so delirious, but I was in ICU, and I just got so I wanted to know the time. Like, I just needed to know what time it was. I needed to know immediately how long I had been under for. And I didn't find out for hours. I didn't find out for like the whole day. I didn't find out what time it was, because I couldn't speak because I'd had surgery was on my neck, so I couldn't really do, and I couldn't like lift myself or anything, and I was just, but I remember the stress of being like, I just want to know what time it is.
Did anyone else check the time 3 times while Ashley was talking? Like, it literally just set me into a panic attack.
I'm free.
But please post the Steven CGR
Perfect
thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
comment though too.
Buy tickets to my show.
Yeah, so if anyone wants a ticket and wants to meet Steven, he's got 2. He's got a spare. Hit him up.
No single tickets left for Ashley So. You guys are definitely a part of that. Thank you so much for helping move tickets for Ashley So. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
There's been tickets selling every day.
That's awesome.
Which is cool.
Also, is lunch with Martin Short a Patreon tier? Because you could do that. A couple
Greg, that's great.
Someone kiss Greg Houston on his wet, hot mouth right fucking now. Okay, so we got a bunch of tiers coming up, but here's my question. If anyone else has things that you would like, yes, the private chat tier will be there. $100,000 a month.
It's very, very expensive.
Gets you access to the private chat. Also, for that $100,000 a month, you can ask for previous private chats. This will only be rewarded after one 12-month period of $100,000 being paid to us. At the end of that, by the way, the stream will be over because I don't know how to financially plan and assume I can survive off of a quarter of $120,000 for the rest of my life.
You got to come in specific. We don't remember what the fuck we talked about. You bring your questions. We're not just going to give you
bring the
names.
questions. Yeah, we don't remember. We don't watch this back.
Nope.
We won't be watching it back, even when it goes out as a podcast.
I'm about to get... yeah, exactly, right? We're about to really make an anonymous Arab's day.
Here's a good Patreon. Wait, I have a good one. One of you makes a Zoom meal with an audience member for whatever Patreon level, so they get one Zoom meal like a month, and you guys get to make a meal together.
I mean, I don't want this to sound sexist, but I feel like Ashley's the only one who can cook.
Yeah. No, that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
Only because you were like, I bake and I made brownies and I feel like
I am a fantastic cook.
Yeah,
really
I'm not.
Yeah.
John, no.
I don't care. Like
cocktail lessons.
That's an expensive one though, because I have to buy like multiple bottles for one thing. I'm into it, but that's what's been holding me back is the expense of having enough to do a budget. Whereas food is
it needs to be something that we can do, especially if a few people want to go on the tier. We need to be able to do a thing every month that doesn't take up huge amounts of time or effort on anybody's part. So
I will say
something kind of off stream.
Yeah.
What about like a watch along where we just watch a movie with the patrons once a month?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Just watch War Games the whole time, every time.
Oh yeah, one tier could be like a whiskey club. Every month I give you a whiskey to try, and we.
How about this? It's a tier where Chris Betts has to dress up like Mikhail Gorbachev. I think we got a sale with Shona Bear.
Gorby.
Yeah. Ooh, tell me more about who you're appointing as president. I hear they're negligent and corrupt.
I'll never tell.
He's got a drinking problem too.
He does.
Oh yeah, playing Among Us could be one.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one will be added.
That could even be a lower tier.
Have you guys done Codenames? That one?
No, I haven't actually played that, but I keep hearing how good it is.
It's fun. And there's a Ottawa comic, Tim Riel, that hosts a Twitch show every Monday and Thursday. And yeah, he does but anyway, Codenames you can play online for free. So,
ooh,
I don't know why I can't highlight Baldy. I know what you're doing, and I know that you're just fucking with me, but it still hurts so much because I cannot let go. I can't let.
Baldy knows the sore spots.
He does. It's also but I don't. You guys are much better at keeping them quiet. I literally just walk everyone in the chat over to my sore spots and go, "This is very sore, by the way." And then they go, "Yeah, we won't hit it." And I was like, we all know I regret this, and you guys are about to attack me on this. So let's just. Well, I'll see you later. What was I going to say about? Oh, I was looking at a bunch of other podcast Patreons. So many of them, you get nothing, and they just have really, really good copy written. Like it's like, you are such a cool, keener, wicked guy. You get once a month, you get the privilege of giving me $20. That's it, and you're just like, oh, this is so fucking shitty.
That's the one on that you see on
We're
Twitch all the time.
Such a good Patreon though.
The ones where women just write your name on a board.
What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
That's the thing on Twitch. So when they're doing like hot tub streams, they just when you donate money, part of it is like, oh, if you give 20 pounds, I'm gonna write your name on this whiteboard, and that's what it is. Just spells it out.
Okay,
thanks.
This is something that we're gonna do later on. And this may have to be done.
Switch.
We may have to do this all together in person. This may have to happen when we plan the Toledo trip. But I want to do a UTS version of a hot tub stream. Like we do all of the tropes.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking it would be very funny if one of us was in a bikini that was definitely not Ashley. One of us was in a old-time diving costume. And
I have a diving suit.
Of course you do. Your parents are divers.
Like my parents are scuba divers. I have a wetsuit.
With the no. I want the big you can be in a wetsuit. I want the big I want to wear the big giant one with the open thing that Salvador Dali brought to a party and then almost drowned. That's what I want.
I think our hot tub stream should be our live show.
Yeah.
Someone should wear like the 1920s bathing suit though too, like the one that has like cuffs.
Oh
yeah, like the breeches or whatever they are.
Yeah.
What you also
it's like
want to
only
see
horizontal stripes for some reason.
Look up old school Scottish bathing costumes. Those maniacs made bathing suits out of wool.
Oh, Billy Connolly has the best bit about that.
Yes, he does. He has such a funny bit about this, and I remember
such a great bit.
Being a kid, or maybe like I was like 7 or 8, and Billy Connolly was being shown on PBS because PBS is just wild. Like they're like, we show opera, and if it's an accented man, full swearing. And my grandmother lost her mind at that because she was raised by Scottish people in Quebec, and she was like, she was like, my mom made one of those, and so my grandmother had double trauma because she's not in Scotland where everyone else. So it's like I assume were Canadian bathing suits that were better in the 20s or however old my grandmother was, but she's showing up in wool during the summer during the Great Depression. Like how shitty. Yeah. Oh, it's phenomenal.
That's great.
That's so funny.
Yeah, hot tub stream is on the cards.
Patreon tier. They get your internet history for the day.
So boring.
That won't be that interesting.
Yeah, that's so boring.
Very boring, but it's very easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess so.
I feel like no one would be surprised by how often I'm like going on various political sites and wrestling sites with equal measure. Guys, we find out on Friday if CM Punk's going to AEW, and quite frankly, I think it's a bit of a stab in the back to Colt Cabana, but what are you going to do? Business is business.
I mean,
is Triple H being forced out of NXT? Ashley, your reaction.
I don't know what that is.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Answer the question.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
I think so as well.
Is he still married to I don't want to make this wrestling, but is he still married to Stephanie McMahon?
He certainly is, Gregory. He is married to Stephanie McMahon, married to the boss's daughter. Ashley knows all about it. Well, sorry, she's over here. All right.
That's good that they're still together.
Greg, what are you the most scared about moving to the United Kingdom?
Nothing.
Night, Jonah.
I mean, I'm just scared that I don't get my visa in time for my flight, and I have to like move stuff around. I'm really not scared. Yeah, I'm really not worried or anything. Like Chris set me up like a house, so like I have a job. Everything else that comes, you know.
That's true. Yeah. And you get to live by an off license that still has possibly the best hummus on the planet Earth.
Nice. I also looked up. There's a bathing pond, a male bathing pond, not too far west.
Terrible bunch of words, but yeah,
it's in the Heath. I was always partial to the mixed bathing pond, and I don't want to be rude or anything because the all male bathing pond in Hampstead Heath always has dudes fucking behind it.
Yeah,
that's what I figured.
Yeah. Ashley, do you understand why there's so many men's only places now? It's because women won't just let us fuck behind buildings.
I never questioned it. I know what goes on in Turkish baths. Like,
do you know how long it took me to figure out all of this? Like the men's only. I've
never been in one. It's just intuitive. Like,
it certainly is. Is that what Greg is into? Greg, are you into gentlemen on gentlemen? No, I believe you're a straight man.
Yeah, no, I'm unfortunately straight, but like
Yeah.
I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. I really like swimming in a vacuum, though. Honestly,
I loved that phrase.
So did I. So did I.
So much.
You're not here to yuck at anybody's yum?
yeah.
Well, Greg, I
love
have some bad news
that.
for you. That has just become ours. my
Yes.
friend.
You can't take my yuck as yum.
Here's a couple of things you have to look forward to, particularly where you are. There is a chippy there that makes the best chicken and chips in London. It will actually cure a
Nice.
hangover, but you got to get it with the hot sauce, and your asshole will pay you for it. Very good buses. What else? Occasional foxes. You'll see occasional foxes.
Oh,
In the
constant
park, or-
foxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every night. No, on your street.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good population of Hasidic Jews. I always like a nice Hasidic Jew population.
Sure. 2 months
'Cause
ago,
it
I ran into a possum on my street in Toronto. I was like,
They're
I didn't
dicks.
expect that. No, he was nice. He went on his way. He was like,
Yeah.
"Are you gonna cross or I'm gonna cross?" But like he crossed. But yeah,
I like the idea of you doing that dance with a possum.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the one the comedians are still talking about for some reason, even though it's been
Yeah.
discussed on every stand-up comedy show since the 70s. Huh? You? Me? Huh?
How much to get bets to go to space camp?
Is Space Camp a reference? Because it's
It
got
depends how
a wink
much-
emoji.
It depends how much going to space camp is, though.
Good point, Ashley.
Yeah.
We don't want to
'cause
be out of pocket for anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't
you-
want to be out of pocket. That's
you
right.
gotta pay for Space Camp, and then you gotta
You
pay
gotta
for me to get a
the
space suit
camp.
Yeah.
so that I
Yeah.
can walk in slow motion into
Yeah.
Space Camp.
And we
Otherwise,
have
I'm
to-
not going.
And we have to, of course, pay to have your memory wiped. So when they reveal to you that the Earth is flat, you don't
Yeah.
remember it.
the
Oh.
What
MIT
about
thing.
what about a tier where you get a postcard from one of us?
I've got that on my coffee.
Oh, that's very nice.
Oh.
Yeah, on
And
my coffee
actually,
page. Yeah.
by the way, I do have now 2 postcards purchased. They just haven't been written or mailed, but you are now on my postcard list. So you're going to be getting a
Yay.
San Francisco one, and you are marked for my New York postcard purchase.
That's so fun.
But I think that's a great one because I could actually do that, guys. What if that?
Ooh.
If but whenever we travel, we will send you a postcard from our travels with a personalized message. That's a great Patreon
Yeah,
tier. Can someone
this
please?
is good.
I can't get to my
I'm writing.
notepad. Thank you. Can you
I've
just-
been adding them to the sheet.
Yeah, oh, great, perfect. I'm gonna make that all tomorrow, so that's perfect. Oh, the postcard one's great. Or do I get stoned tonight after my sets and work on it? Yes, that's the way forward.
Postcard you don't put in. Oh yeah, people would have to share their addresses.
They would have to share.
yeah.
They would have to come up with you.
Yeah, they have to
guys,
share.
their
We're not going to put a
address.
return address on it.
No.
I mean, I am, but it won't be my address. And hilariously, I'd be using Chris's address as the return address, and Chris,
No,
he would use my mom's address as his return
Yeah.
address.
No, I
Are
would
we
never do
allowed-
that to Joanne.
But that's
Yeah.
maybe one thing we need to check is if we're allowed to ask for addresses with Patreon stuff.
Well, we're
I
allowed
mean-
to. It's up to them if they want to give it to us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's also, as I did some research looking at other people's Patreons, while also a lot of podcasts and streamers are not offering you that much, also a lot of them are doing some really nutsy stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, Patreon allows it. Cool.
Yeah. Like it's funny because I thought Patreon had got into a big thing about censoring and stuff like that, but because they were people are being kicked off, and I was like, oh, I think they're kicking off actual Nazis, and
Yeah.
other people are just freaking out
And
about it. Yeah.
like porn
Okay.
stuff as well. I think they were probably kicking off people that were like, I'm going to send you the smell of my fist from my butthole.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a thing
Oh,
I
like
thought
instead of
I-
OnlyFans or whatever.
Yeah, I thought of for about 1 second, which is instead of setting up a Patreon, we just set up an OnlyFans, but all of the videos are just videos of this stream, and, but just with very sexual titles. Like I'm setting up
Yeah.
a second one that is the OnlyFans, and then it's UTS, and it's untitled time for sex or something, and then it's just
Bespectacled lady dominates 3 cucks.
Yeah, exactly. Two bearded cucks and a guy who's a big loser take it from a gal with milkmaid braids. I can't wait for this.
Everybody watching that. Everybody. Although we've had people have sex to the stream.
We've had people have sex to the stream.
What? Who? When was that?
You were here.
I do. I'm trying to remember how we found out about it.
Somebody came
Alex's
in and
friend.
said that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was so proud that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time. It was good.
Do we just do that? I'm
yeah, OnlyFans can be. It doesn't have to be sex work. It can be like personal trainers do stuff on there, so that it's like you only have exclusive access to their videos if you pay for it, and blah blah blah. It doesn't have to be sex work.
No, but I want it to be. I want it to make it look like it is sexual. Oh, great.
Oh yeah, we should do extra episodes as well.
That's already in the tiers. Is one of the tiers. There will be an extra episode every week. Like a private.
Is it every week?
No, a month. I think we're already doing 5 a week.
All right, we'll make it a month.
Yeah.
Whenever the pay is, if you only pay once a month, it will.
Then everyone's getting an extra one a month. Yeah. That was the first one. Tickets like with all the classic ones, and now I'm just trying to make them better. Do you know? Oh, fine, Steven.
Do it. Show it. Wait for the Patreon. It's a button. No. It's a button tier.
Tease them, Chris. Tease them. What are you going to miss about Canada, Greg? Are you going to miss Tim Hortons coffee?
Surprisingly, not so much.
Yeah, it's not great.
Not a good coffee. I'll miss my friends and family, but pandemic really showed too, like how close we can all be just via computers and stuff. So it's like whatever. I don't know what I'll miss, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember I got crazy FOMO for the first year over sort of nothing, like just sort of like, oh, friends going for dinner. I like friends. I like dinner. But then I was kind of also like, I'm done. Like it was one of the, like it wasn't enough. It was just sort of like, what it really was living in England was hard at first. So that's what it actually was. It wasn't that I wanted to go back. Yeah.
It takes a few months. I mean, it'll be weird now because things are like open, not open. They're probably gonna have to lock down again. But it always took me like 6 months to be like, okay, I got the rhythm. I know where I'm going. Because it's also a labyrinth. Like it's a chaotic, messy, poorly organized place. So once you have to like figure out, oh, this is how I get here, and this is the trick, and they'll try to make me do this, but I know I can do that.
Glasgow's the first place I've moved to where I haven't had that experience. Like I knew Glasgow quite well, and I didn't really have to figure out where stuff was as much. Like maybe just slightly pertaining to where my street is and where I live, but I knew people quite a lot, and just kind of landed here quite nicely. And I love Dono Porter, Kirsten. She's great. But what does she do? One super cheap tier, and she posts regular updates, which are quirky. Oh, she's fun.
Yeah, that's something I did with my Ko-fi. I made it adjustable.
Did you buy the gold tier thing in coffee?
I just ended up doing it because it tied everything together. So I've got like commissions now where like people can order. If they send me a topic, I'll write an essay. So sort of like verses.
Oh, that's fun.
I
haven't done that. I haven't gotten enough traffic on it yet, so I'm kind of like resistant to.
Ashley, don't do it. Praise that man for.
Not for that. Not for that.
Homework.
Yeah, you're getting homework. That's what you're doing. But
no, I'm right. I'm not like, give me an essay on that. I write and they're funny. I used to write them every day in Edinburgh. They're good.
No.
It's just because you like homework doesn't mean it's still not homework.
Yeah,
they're funny. They're funny bits. I'm a humorist.
Would you, Baldy? Because if I feel like it's going to be worthwhile, I'll do it.
Who is George Fox?
Why?
Boom Stickery. How many people will we fool if we change Greg's name to? I don't know who that
George Fox is another person that comes on the stream.
Yeah.
And he's a comedian and he's great, but he is Irish and you are Canadian. But
my God, Greg,
so we look similar.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
kind
you
of.
whoa.
Yeah, it turns out there's a lot of bespectacled white chubby dudes with beards in
Yeah.
comedy.
I mean, in every industry, my friend. Yeah, if you put a red toque on, like
Yeah.
I have a red toque, but I don't want to do
no,
anything to my
no,
hair.
absolutely
Your hair
not.
does look nice.
Absolutely
Thanks.
not. Absolutely not. You fucking went from looking like a nerd to looking like an organizer for the Wolverine Watchman. Please get alt-right Chris Betts off of my stream. I do not like this at all. No. I don't like this is fun Christian dad Chris Betts, and I hate him too. I hate don't
DJ
pretend
in
to
the
be
club.
a DJ. He is not
Yeah.
This
DJing in
is
a club, Greg.
weird.
So-
It's weird.
Yeah, don't say you know who was the first remixer, Jesus? I will punch you in your goddamn face.
Guys, Shakespeare's basically just rapping. Now,
Oh, fuck you. I hate that so much. He is not basically just rapping.
let's rap about the big
yeah.
guy for a second.
George Fox's stream got fucking weird last night, and I got messages this morning telling me to go back and watch it, and I did.
And
I did.
Worth it?
And it was so creepy.
Was that the car
they were-
making out thing?
They were fucking
What? Don't freeze there.
a
Do not
Ferris
freeze
wheel.
there. Go back. Go the fuck back. What do you mean? Who was fucking in a Ferris wheel? What are you talking? This is what happened to me.
No, they weren't fucking in a Ferris wheel. There was a woman who was sexually attracted to a Ferris wheel, and they showed her like getting
seen that
all
before.
fucking horny and close up with it, and it was just
Oh.
Yeah, I think I've seen that YouTube video. She's
I
like
mean,
married
Chris,
to
I'm
a
going to
Ferris
need to
wheel.
see the clip, though, that's in the chat, though. We probably should watch
I
that,
can't copy it. We're all in here. George, can you copy it, please?
I know it's not in
Ashley,
my
you're signed
chat.
in too. None of us can.
Greg, can you, that link that Baldy has, can you send that? Can you put that in the private chat?
Yeah, one sec.
We're so useless as hosts in that regard.
Yeah. Oh, shit. My God, this stream is fucking flown. I have to fucking.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
How
yeah.
the
We've only got
fuck-
minutes
9
left.
Yeah, 9 minutes left. Oh my God.
Are you grabbing that, Chris?
Sure. Yeah.
I just didn't want to do it at the same time as you.
I got the clip. Yeah.
Thank you.
My purse burst this week.
First
The
burst.
Oh.
Throw that on the
The zipper is
OnlyFans.
gone.
Ooh, watch this woman's first burst.
And I am so pissed off about it. I fucking hate trying to buy a new purse.
I completely agree. I like a nice Vans wallet because they're good quality, and it has a change area. I don't understand all these people just walk around with change, but it has Velcro on it, which drives me insane.
I'm sorry. What are you, like a 14-year-old boy?
No, I can be whatever I want. Everyone who goes, oh, you can't have wallets. Guess what? You guys are all ableist. You guys are against people of diminished capacity. I have solidarity with them, and I'm helping them out. So guess what? All of you guys are against the disabled. Not me. I'm helping out people in wheelchairs. Ashley Manning actively has hurt 2 disabled people.
Wait, why? Because there's
I don't
change thing?
understand why this turned into disabled people.
Hey, just a quick in and out from me to see how bets look post-trip. Paul Duncan McCarty, do you agree that Ashley Manning is against the disabled? No context. Just answer the question.
That's her point.
Not.
And yet she hates all Velcro.
It's a fair question.
I'm not hating Velcro. I'm just it's a
Answer the
Vans
question.
wallet. Like
Why do you hate the phically otherly able?
Yeah. What I also like, by the
don't.
way.
What have you got against FDR?
Yeah. What do you have against FDR? Why are you against the New Deal, Ashley? Why do you were saying that right off street? I'll never forget it. She went, listen, we all know how much I really like Eleanor Roosevelt. There were rumors about her. There's confirmed truths about me, but I don't go in for that FDR. And we were like, why, Ashley? You're like, the New Deal was absolutely unconstitutional. And I was like, you can't make that argument. The Fifth Amendment is open to interpretation.
Sunday, Ashley, it's been confirmed your gig's going to be protested. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, Ashley. Yeah.
that would be so funny.
Just a lot of men in suits with thin cigarette holders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With cardboard wheelchairs to show solidarity. Are you going to kick their
Absolutely
cardboard wheelchairs?
Obviously.
Hopefully no math doctors show up. That's
Oh my God. Is your new stage name Ashley Bernard Manning? Oh.
Oh no. Oh, it's really fucked, this zipper. I like literally I've had 2 purses in the past 15 years. Like I really I get one and I keep it because I like it. And this is gone now, and I'm gonna have to buy a new fucking purse. Donate to my coffee, please.
Ashley, I have a question for you. Do you know what material never lets you down or explode? It's a good old Vans wallet right there. Oh, look at that. That old world craftsmanship. Don't put my.
You know what? I'm gonna get a fucking Vans wallet now. Just for it. Like just for this.
Welcome to the team. And you know what? The second you drop that at a pub, the men will lift their heads from their tables like wolves when a sheep is wandering through the wood.
They won't even see it, just hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be like,
oh, no. Do you know what, though? The sound, it's so... I don't know if other women experience this, but Velcro, it's that sound of ripping materials, and it just reminds you of taking a pad off your knickers. Like, it's just the worst sound.
Oh, wow.
That is a sound that I did not think I knew about.
Yeah. Oh, you know, like this sound, it's just so
that makes sense.
Filled with trauma.
Yeah. Well, Ashley, you know about my secret once a month kink, so now this wallet is both efficient and sexy.
Oh dear. Oh no.
I don't know if you already covered this, but the Canadian election, Betts and Hastings, are you able to vote?
Certainly am, and I will be in Canada. You are, Chris. All you need is a piece of mail with an address on it. I was living in the U.S. but like a week after my wedding, there was an election. I just walked in with a piece of I literally printed. I changed my address on my bank statement, printed my bank statement, walked into Elections Canada with my passport, and went, "Let me vote," and voted for Jagmeet Singh, as I will again this election. Yeah, and may I say to any Canadians in the chat, just remember this. Justin Trudeau is a wet-mouthed, sun-kissed hustler, and I want to piss on him. So,
but also don't vote for the Conservatives because they are quietly anti-vax. So
Aaron O'Toole also
don't do that.
Who you want to vote for is Jagmeet Singh, who has no chance of winning because, and now I've said this so many times in the stream, and I'll say it again, and I'm quoting a French-Canadian journalist on the CBC. Jagmeet Singh can't win in Quebec. He's a brown guy. And then everyone went, yep, that's true. They will not vote for him. They won't
These
vote
are straight facts. That is not a hot take.
What is a swing congressional district?
Could go either way. Some are resolutely Republican. Some are Democrat. Some could go either way.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So we only have a couple minutes left. Yes. So we're going to watch this.
Oh no!
I didn't get this far. I watched a little bit, but I didn't get this far.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out that guy also looks like Greg and George Fox. Like that guy looks like if they were brothers. Greg would be like the crazy X Factor guy with a van. George would be like the hack into the mainframe guy, and then this would be the down in the basement, don't ask any questions. Why do you have so many smocks kind of guy?
But also has like the best real job.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like
also, somebody jump into George Fox's stream and tell him that we're watching him.
Yeah.
That he'll think we're watching him live. Then never mind.
Is that him in the bottom?
Yeah.
We don't look alike.
If you put a hat on, yes you do.
Put that pizza on your head, and to give us an idea. All right, here we go.
Oh no!
That was too quick.
That was a lot.
That's the best screen I think I've ever seen. Just paused at.
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
That was
awful.
Him
so much.
I like that there's no one part of the car that he's in love with. It's the whole car.
Oh, of course, he's in love with the whole car.
He's making out with the steering wheel and the hood.
But honestly, the woman that was in love with the Ferris wheel, it was so weird. It was so weird. She was like getting the like engine oils and like getting them all over her hands and then like stroking her face and so I don't want to kink shame, but it's too much. All right,
How did you find that?
Shaming that kink.
I will kink shame. There's classic car dealers ships. I don't know who said this. I think it was one of the Griffins that I used to drink with. There was a family called the Griffins in Montreal, and I used to drink with the youngest one. And supposedly, I think it was someone told me that like the reason they have to like guard and keep certain cars like in areas of prominence because people will jack off on cars. Like it's a thing.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, why do guys?
Oh, do you know? I just remembered something that was kind of hot once.
There's always.
I
a
did
story,
not.
Ashley.
I did not jack off on a car. A guy brought me into an abandoned bus.
Keep going with what so far sounds like the beginning of a porno or a horror movie.
Yeah,
it could have gone. It
we've been
literally
doing a
could have
show
gone
with a
either
ghost
way.
this whole time.
Yeah,
it could have gone either way. But yeah, it was like a kind of an old abandoned bus thing that you could climb through a gate and go in, and the bus was open, so you could go up into it, and it wasn't. You could just go up into this bus, and it was just kind of cool.
Okay.
What happened?
Did
when
you
went up?
Wait, how did it become sexual?
What do you
though?
think happened?
I gotta be honest with you. I never know with your stories. It's not.
We didn't have sex, but we did fool around a little bit.
See what I'm talking about? I
There you go.
assumed sex. It's never because it's like, and
It's
sometimes
never
we've been
exactly
like,
it.
well, we stole the bus, and you're like, that's not what I thought it was going to be. I hate to be this guy, but I'm in New York. I have to go and run to a spot.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Paulie, are you able to raid for John? Because John can't from his phone.
Who are we reading?
We've got I've got My Gun Is Huge, Sean Morley, and Fox.
Oh,
Is there
let's
anyone
go ahead.
Rust Monkey. What was
Rust Monkey with a gun?
Rust
No.
Monkey with a gun live. Maybe
No,
we
it's
can.
not that guy.
The video he posted when he wanted to come back to Canada is one of the most incredible things I've ever
You
seen.
mean
Literally,
comedy?
like
Comedy?
so just imagine. Is it okay to come back yet?
Yeah.
No.
God, no.
No sense of the gravity of the situation. Absolutely remarkable.
Jesus.
Who?
I mean,
between the three.
I say everyone, let's go raid Fox Comedy, but everyone just call him Greg Houston and like plug Greg stuff, correct his tweets and stuff like that. Just fun little things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Greg, do you have any plugs before we go?
Yeah, follow my Instagram. I was doing a Twitch show. It's on hiatus until I get settled with London and stuff. So that will hopefully come back. But yeah, just follow my socials on Twitter and Insta and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was a fun show. It's a fun
It
show.
was. Thank you for
Greg
coming on. It was nice to meet you.
It was
yeah, it
a
was
fun
lovely meeting
show.
you.
Yeah, it was so nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, enjoy that
Yeah.
house. I will, if I make it to the UK in November, I will be sleeping in it.
Nice.
Nice.
Yours.
And I'll be coming down to visit and get drunk.
Yes,
Perfect.
Ashley will come to the baseball diamond and we'll get nuts.
Yeah. Oh, the London Mets. Oh, I want to talk about the baseball team there. There's so much I want to.
So much to learn.
You can come back on.
Yeah, you can come whenever you want.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Okay, I'm starting my raid.
Okay, me too. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow.
Wait, I'm like 7, 6, 5 away.
Okay, I'm not. I'm gonna raid right now. Bye, everybody.
And
See you
I'm
tomorrow.
gonna follow
Bye,
down.
guys.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Everybody rated?
Sure, I hope so.
We got Ashley. I'm in there.
Yeah, I don't see John yet.
I can't see it because I'm
And
There he
you
is.
rated.
He's gone.
Bye.
Sweet.
And broadcast.